Hello everyone, I welcome you to Disruption Learning, and today we are going to start a new video series which is on the topic profit and loss. Profit and loss is probably one of the most practical and one of the most useful topics for real life also, not just for aptitude exams, because profit is like one central important force that drives our whole life, because profit is what probably in today's world that keeps us alive. So let's start this very important topic and learn what we need to learn. Okay, so here we go. Now let us first understand what is profit and what is loss, right? We are going to take an example here and we'll learn what is profit and what is loss, right? So here we go. Now let's say you are a kid and you have a toy, right? You have a toy. You bought it for 100 rupees or $100, whichever your currency is, right? Now you use it for a week and one of your friend comes and says that sell this toy to me because you have played it for a week with it and you are probably done with it, right? You don't need it anymore. You're bored. Now he offers you, right, that you can sell it to me. Now on this offer you say that okay, I will sell it to you and you need to give me 105 rupees, right? So you bought this toy for rupees 100 and you want to sell it for 105. Now at the end of this transaction, right, what do you have? Before, let's say before this transaction you had the toy, right? You had given 100 rupees for that. After this transaction, you are not going to have a toy, but you are going to have 105 rupees, right? So earlier you had 100. Now you are going to have an extra 5 rupees, right? And this extra 5 rupees is called profit, right? You bought something for a smaller amount. Now you are selling it for a larger amount, right? Now the extra money that you are getting is your profit. Now you make this deal and your friend listens to it. Now what he says is, see, you have got the toy, right? You have played it with for a week also, right? You played with it. Now, if I had to give 105 rupees, I would rather go to the market and buy it for 100 rupees, right? Why should I buy an old toy and that too for a larger amount, right? So he offers you 95 rupees for this toy, right? He says, I will give you 95 rupees. Okay, now you are analyzing your situation. Before the transaction you had 100 rupees. Now you are going to have 95 rupees. So what you are going to have is 5 rupees less than what you originally have. Okay, now this decrease of 5 rupees in your worth in this transaction is your loss. Okay, so if you are buying something for a larger amount and selling it for a lower amount, you are incurring a loss. If you are buying something for a smaller amount and selling it for a larger amount, you are getting a profit. That's it. As simple as that. Now, to standardize things, there are some terms given in this transaction, right? The price at which you buy something is called cost price, right? The price at which you buy something is called cost price. Okay. The price at which you sell something is called selling price. Okay. That's it. So you buy at cost price and you sell at selling price. If the cost price is more than selling price, then you incur a loss because you bought it for a larger amount and are selling it for a lesser amount. However, if the cost price is smaller than selling price, right? You're selling for a higher amount and buying it for a lower amount, you get a profit. Right? So as simple as that. First of all, there needs to be some buy and sell transaction to know the profit and loss, right? If you buy something for a lower amount and sell for a larger amount, that is a profit. If you buy something for a larger amount and sell it for a lower amount, then it is a loss. As simple as that. Now, we move on to the next slide and learn more things about this. Now, the next thing to learn here is that how do we calculate profit percentage or loss percentage? Or if we are given profit percentage and loss percentage, how do we calculate the results in actual numbers? So first thing is we need to keep in mind is that profit or loss is always calculated by taking CP as a base, right? Your profit percentage or loss percentage will be considered by taking cost price at a base. Okay, now what do we mean by this? As per the last slide, there was a transaction in which CP was 100, SP was 105, and the profit was 5 rupees, right? So how do I calculate profit percentage here? It is simply profit by cost price into 100. Okay, this is the formula which we need to keep in mind. Now how do I put the values here? So 5 is the profit, 100 is the cost price, and we multiply it with 100. So this is going to be 5%, as simple as that. Now sometimes there are situations where we are given a cost price, let's say, which is 500, and a profit percentage which is 10% for that matter. Now, and we are asked to calculate the selling price, right? Now there are two ways to go for it. One is that you can simply take the profit in actual terms, which is 10%, which would be 50, right? So it would be SP would be 500 plus 50. That's it, 550. Or we have a formula which says that SP is equal to CP into 100 plus P% divided by 100. So according to this formula, CP would be 500 into 100 plus 10 divided by 100, which would result would be 550 again. So in both the ways, the result is actually the same, but we have two formulas in which you can go for a direct calculation of SP, or you can calculate the profit first. Now let's take one more example here. Let's say you have a CP which is 2000, and you have an SP which is 2400, and you want to calculate the profit percentage. Okay, first obvious way is to calculate the profit first. So it would be 2400 minus 2000, which is 400, and profit percentage would be simply 400 divided by 2000 into 100. It would be 20%. Okay, so we can do that, or you can use the other longer formula, which is that SP, which is 2400, is equal to CP 2000 multiplied by 100 plus profit percentage, we don't know that, divided by 100. Okay, so this would be this goes with this, so 100 plus P% would be 2400 divided by 20, which is 120. So 100 plus P% is 120, which means that P% is 120 minus 100, which is 20. So you can work with both the formulas, probably not very different from each other. Actually, the other one is a derivation of the first one, right? So both are easy, both are usable. You can take them, as per your, suitability. Now, the same thing is with loss too. So let's say we have a CP which is 100, SP is 90, and so the loss is 10, right? So how do I calculate the loss percentage? It is going to be L by CP into 100. Okay, this is the formula which we need to remember. So this would be 10 by 100 multiplied by 100. This is 10%. So loss percentage is 10%, right? Now the other formula, in this case there is a slight change. So SP is equal to CP into 100 minus loss divided by 100, right? So let's say we have a CP which is 500, L as 10%, so SP would be 500 into 100 minus 10 divided by 100, right? So 500 into 90 divided by 100, this would be simply 450. You just need to remember this formula if you directly want to calculate the sale price, right? So these were actually the basics of profit and loss. Now you can take one more example where CP is 2000 and SP is 1700. The loss percentage we need to calculate. So loss we know is 300 and the percentage would be 300 by 2000 into 100, which turns out to be 15%. Now you can use the other bigger formula too. I leave it to you to use that. Otherwise, we are pretty much done with the very basics of profit and loss, and we'll see some more concepts in the next video. This video is probably the most important one. If you understand this, only then you can move ahead. So that's it for today, and we'll meet in the next video. Goodbye.